Hello and welcome to Homeschool MBA, where we talk about different management business administration topics. Thank you for being here. Let's get started. So the topic today is, our agenda today is decision-making process. I've created a one-page slide which goes through the 6 key steps in making a decision process. Professor, how are you doing? Let's talk about decision-making process.
I'm fine, thank you very much. Okay, decision-making process. We also discussed a little bit in the previous talk. In this very talk, we would have 6 different elements of decision-making. Let's start with the number 1, frame. Now, what it means is that it defines the boundaries of our decision and how to create a kind of quality within this decision. Number 2, relevant and reliable information. That means that the decision should be based upon scientific information gathered through various means, like you have information from market, you have information from your own company's records and brochures and other things. There is what we mean by reliable information is scientific information. Scientific information here means that which has source available to you. So based upon that, if the decision is made, that is supposed to be good decision. And I think your slide has gone back. Can you just? Yes. So then we come down to element 3, creative alternatives. Now that means we should create alternatives. Alternate 1, 2, 3. As I said earlier, there are different ways of creating alternatives, like you have meetings of decision board along with the team, or you have another tool which we discussed earlier, MBO, management by objectives, in which you pose a question to your team and then give them time to come and discuss, and then with 1 pass, 2nd pass, or 3rd pass, you create 1, 2, 3 alternatives, and then you select the best one out of it. Then we come down to element 4, values and trade-offs. Now that would mean the actual importance of the decision, and while making that decision, or even for that matter while implementing that decision, what kind of trade-offs can you offer and how long can you afford to give these trade-offs. So that it means that there are 2 elements, the value and the trade-off. The value is basically the gains, and trade-off is basically the giveaways because of that decision. So then it brings us to element 5, sound reasoning. Now that means that you discuss it. It's a collective decision making system. It's not simply a direction or directive from the chief executive or the top management to do something. It is reasoned out, where you have discussed pros and cons and negatives and positives of the decision, and then you come down to a proper decision based upon those pros and cons. Then last but not the least, that is commitment to action. So that means that if you have decided now through this process and you have selected one alternative out of many, now you have to show commitment to this. That means that this alternative should be implemented in true letter and spirit. Not only implemented, then it must be monitored and supervised, that whatever is being done is according to the decision and according to the pros and cons of the decision. And then it should be viewed as a process that leads us to better quality decision making, which is ultimately achieved. Yes.
Thank you, Professor. So interesting talk, basically listing the 6 steps that we really need to follow to create a quality decision and follow this process. Thank you everyone for watching. Please like and subscribe to all our social media. Professor, thank you. Till we meet again.
Thank you very much.